What's the best live show you've ever been to?
I've seen Paul McCartney maybe. That was a really good one. I think that was just one I always wanted to see. I was like, I gotta see Paul McCartney before he dies, man. Yeah. Like, that's Paul McCartney. So I went and seen that, what was that, last year? That was really good. I seen My Chemical Romance. That was really good. Yeah, but like there's been a bunch of, like a few of my shows are probably the best live experience I've had because I got to be up on the stage and the crowd was really with it. So yeah, some of those shows.
Definitely seeing buying the Bush Ranger in Brisbane at Greaser Bar, and like seeing just some shit like that I've never seen before, like someone like rapping over some sort of industrial like hip hop, like that just blew my mind. I think like that gig really sort of showed me like live performances can be its own thing, and it can be its own experience, and you can do it differently, like, yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like we were talking about this on tour, maybe gigs we've been to that really, I guess the best gigs are the ones that you leave feeling like super inspired and blown away. One of my favorite shows that I've been to was with my brother James. We went to see LCD Sound System in Melbourne with a bunch of his like longtime friends. It was just one of those nights that I won't forget. Like, it was just so much fun, and like it was just a big dance party, and everyone there was just in a really good mood. And it kind of makes you like forget about everything else going on in the world, you know. I think those are the best shows. But there's too many.
I was actually thinking about this yesterday. One of the most memorable and best gigs that I've ever been to was seeing Cash Savage and the Last Drinks at Northcote Social Club. And I just remember like leaving the gig and like feeling so like mesmerized by like Cash and like the band. It was just like incredible, and like it was like extra special, like the fact that they're like, you know, a band from Melbourne, and seeing like a performance that was like that incredible. I ended up like messaging Cash Savage like that night, just like being like, I love you so much. Like, that was so inspirational. Yeah, that one, yeah, that's probably one of my favorites for sure.
I really like seeing the Lemon Twigs at the Corner Hotel a couple of years ago. I thought that was really great. That was pretty awesome for me. I don't know, what about you guys?
Honestly, I don't see that many live bands that I really love. I saw Black Country New Road at the Forum, and that was pretty incredible because it was just really extremely talented musicians who were so in lock with each other that hardly seemed to know out of place.
I think for me it would have to be probably the first concert I ever went to when I was 14. I saw Violent Soho at Festival Hall, and you know, they're like a classic Australian grunge band. And I don't even really listen to that kind of music much anymore, but I still have a big place for it in my heart. And it was just like, it blew my mind seeing that live the first time, like being a 14-year-old with like this loud music and people crowd surfing, and I don't know, it was just like, it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And I after that I really got into guitar and really wanted to play live. And
I really like No Turns.
Hey.
Yeah, I was about to mention No Turns.
We saw No Turns single launch recently for Quiet Sound.
We played at it.
What? No. Quiet Sound, we saw that one. We went to that one. Oh no, we did play. We played there. I forgot, we played there. But No Turns is amazing. The two, Devon and Lucas, are just like so locked in and so creative and such like powerhouses of music. That every time I see them live, we had the pleasure of playing with them at our single launch as well, and it was I almost felt bad going on after them because they're so good.
Alright, if we're talking about like international people, Viagra Boys was my favourite. The saxophone player kissed me on my cheek in the Forum. That was pretty hectic. And like local bands, you've already interviewed them. I fucking love Lalu. They're the best, like just amazing performers. And that like Alexi's songwriting is just like freaking mind blowing, and all of the like creative like instrumentalists in that, like they're so like they just so are in tap with each other, which is awesome. But yeah, Viagra Boys, they were sick. Like that was awesome.
It hasn't played as much, but our first ever gig, our friend Dante supported us. Yeah. And Max, the drummer of No Turns, plays drums with Dante, and Dante is incredible. Yeah. So that's another one I love. Also, Floodlights, I think, are a great local band. I love seeing them. I've seen them like 6 times. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Outside of that, like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe them. I say Floodlights. They're dope.
Oh yeah, international, like Black Midi or something.
Oh yeah, I saw Black Midi and Floodlights open. That was fucking awesome. Yeah. At the Croxton, it was just like so packed out. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. Caroline Polachek at the Forum last year. That was the best show. It was so cool because like obviously like she's the craziest vocalist and the songs are so good. But the way the stage was set up, she kind of had all of her band off center in this really interesting way, and she like interacted with her light show in a really cool way. And there were moments where like the crowd really used their imagination to like engage with what she was doing. For example, like at the beginning of her song Billions, there's this like sound, and she made it look like she was catching beams of light, and then after she had caught a certain amount, she like threw them into the crowd, and people would be like catching the beams of light that she was throwing. It was really cool.
Oh man, I'm not good at favourites and bests, but I'm gonna try. You go.
MIA at the Metro Theatre in Sydney. It was one of the most impressive concerts I ever went to. And at the Metro Theatre, The Horrors in like 2013 or 14 or something. Both of those shows at the Metro were absolutely sick.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm about to go to Oasis in a couple of weeks, so I'll say that one, because that would have happened by the time this is out, maybe.
Oh, ever been to? Oh man. So, more recently for Now or Never Festival, Serpent with Feet and Kalela came. And I was just blown away by the production. I love Kalela so much. The beats were incredible. Her stage presence. It was literally her and a mic. And she just was so engaging and incredible. But opening for her or performing with her was, actually before her was Serpent with Feet, who I've been a fan of for a really long time. And the way that he was on that stage storytelling, making us laugh, making us cry, singing so beautifully and reading poetry as well, like the storytelling element, it was actually one of the best performances I've ever seen. And yeah, I just felt so grateful to be in that space, and for him to really touch us like that. It was so beautiful.
I'm going to pull out an obscure one. Earlier this year we went to a folk festival, and it was over New Year's Eve, and so we stayed up all night on New Year's Eve and saw the sunrise, and and then on the 1st of January night we went to like a gamelan performance, like Javanese music, and it was so hectic to walk into like the tent and be in like this completely foreign way of understanding music, and they have like shadow puppetry. It was like amazing, really like an atmospheric experience. Very sick.
I'll just say Pond, maybe. I saw Pond ages ago and it was amazing. Yeah, but I feel like at the folk festival as well, maybe I saw this 3-piece called Ghosty, and it was like just drawing from like Indian music and just a combination of all these different sounds, and just it was like a jazz performance. It was really good.
I saw JPEG Mafia, like it's Splendor in the Grass 2020 or 2021, and everything was covered in mud, and it was cool. So that one, yeah.
I saw Tame Impala, and just the spectacle of the setup is like crazy. Yeah, just the money they've sunk into that is like crazy to watch live. Yeah.
Oh, there's so many. I'm gonna make everyone cringe and say one of the best ones for sure was like 21 Pilots in 2015. It was really good. I think it was also the culture of it all, but I want to say something else because I can't admit to that.
You can have like the guilty answer.
The guilty pleasure? Yeah. The guilty answer is 21 Pilots. I'm going to be honest. And honestly, this is along the same route, less embarrassing, but Paramore, just because like Hayley Williams is such a gun, vocally, physically as well. The way she just like runs on stage and she can just still like, really great tight band, so good. Really loved that. That was like back in 2018. Also, the culture of it all was really awesome. To feel like a part of something. Hayley Williams is great.
I think mine was Radio Birdman when they came last year. I saw them at the Croxton, and they're so, like, they're in their late 70s, and they played for an hour, and then they did, like, an encore for another half an hour, and I was bloody blown away. It was awesome.
James just reminded me, it was Katie Noonan covering Jeff Buckley's Grace album at Northcote Theatre, which was, like, mind-blowing and incredible and, like, one of the best things I've ever seen. That was really good.
Maybe Double or Nothing at the Curtain. That was extraordinary. Like, that fundamentally changed my understanding of performance, which is really cool. Long Hours would be in that category as well. Kill Bell at the Tote with Junior Fiction was also mind-blowing.
Yeah, I second Long Hours. That's probably, he's an incredible performer.
Cutters
There's
live
so
shows
many.
are always go see Cutters.
Oh yeah, Chase Atlantic, definitely. That actually inspired me to pursue like an actual career. Like, cause I was always singing and doing stuff. I never made my own music, but when I saw them on stage, like I really wanted, like I liked the energy a lot, so I wanted it.
I went and saw The Cure in LA once, and it was like it was when they were playing Sydney. They did a show in Sydney where they played Disintegration in full, and it was this weird ballot system with the tickets where like you kind of got an email if you could get a ticket or not, and I never got one, so I was like, damn, that sucks. And then like a few days later they announced like a big show in LA with like them, Pixies, Deftones, Mogwai, and I was like, cool, bought a ticket there, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to LA. And that was probably one of the best shows I've been to. It was really good. They played for like 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's perfect. I love it.
I mean, goddamn, it's so hard to think of one. But probably the first one that comes to mind is I went to Primavera Sound Music Festival in Barcelona a few years ago as like a post-uni treat. And one of the main reasons I went was to see Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, even though they're here all the time, you know, go to the other side of the world, why not? I managed to be part of the group of people on stage at the end when they were playing Stagger Lee and Push the Sky Away. And I think just, you know, being part of that insane, like, you know, collective effervescence with, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people out there and being on, you know, stage with one of my favourite bands in the world, it was just really something special.
It's, like, very out of left field considering what we do, but I saw Wise Blood live at the Opera House in June, and it was probably one of the best shows I've ever been to. It was just like such a captivating experience, and has like stage presence was just like amazing. I was just sitting there in my seat the whole time in awe, just like wow. And usually like I tend to not listen to an artist very much after I've seen them live, but I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted to keep listening after seeing that.
The most enjoyment I've gotten from a gig was Shady Nasty at the Lass on the day before New Year's in Newcastle. It was just a combination.
Shout out Shady.
Shout out Shady Nasty. They are just such good performers, and I knew every word to every song, and so did the crowd. It was immaculate vibe.
When I was like 12, I went to the Enmore Theatre to see this band called Fun.
they had this one song called Some Nights. I really actually think that changed me as a human. I don't know how to explain it, but seriously, probably the most fun I'll ever have. That childlike wonder was still present, so yeah.
I'm not even sure this counts as like a live show, it's just live music, but when I was maybe like 15 or 16, just found myself in a random like dive bar that used to be like an old bowling alley, and there was just this 3-piece jazz band playing. And I just remember just being way too into it for like a basic fucking 15-year-old. But I don't know, I really liked it, and I think about that bar all the time. I'm definitely going to try to go back soon. Hopefully that band's still playing.
I don't know if I can narrow it down to one specific performance, but I think fairly consistently I get a lot of gratification out of watching Twine, who we played with last night. They're a band from Adelaide, and I just think it really comes down to the catharsis of their performance and the emotion present in their performance. It's like, it's really really leaves you speechless, and it's like just captivating in such a specific way that's impossible to forget, I guess.
Probably a weird one. When I went to listen out in 2018, I saw like my favorite rapper at the time, JPEG Mafia, and I don't make music in that realm at all, but he is like real high bar for like his production and like his mixing and stuff. And I remember just seeing him for the first time. I didn't really know what to expect, but like his live show was just so unhinged. Like he was like jumping around, like ripped his shirt off, jumped into the crowd, like was kind of like getting held up by them, but also not. Like it kind of felt like he was like battling the crowd, but it wasn't in like a aggressive, like negative way of like, you know, he was like done with the crowd and like was, you know, going off of them. It was like he was feeding off the energy, and I still love all of his stuff, like up to this day, and like listen to it all the time. So I think that was like a great formative concert for me. It was a lot of fun.
I was thinking about this actually just yesterday because the Hives announced that they were coming back on tour, and I was like, that has got to be one of the best shows I ever saw. The Hives supporting AC/DC at, it must have been probably called something different than it is now, like one of the stadiums,
Telstra Dome
or something. And I reckon that was one of my favorite shows because I feel like they were a support act playing to a crowd that just wanted to see AC/DC and won over and over, and seeing it from the beginning to the end of the show was just incredible and very inspiring as an artist now.
So
how to work a crowd.
So your favourite show of all time isn't seeing AC/DC, it's seeing the Hive support AC/DC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, AC/DC was good, but, you know, you weren't seeing AC/DC in their prime, so you had to enjoy it for what it was, but you were really seeing the Hives in their prime.
I mean, I kind of am tempted to think about, like, some of, like, the really local shows we've been to where it's, like, I remember there were a few years ago, friends of ours who run a label called Tiny Town put on a show, which was this band Gamgee's album launch, but also our friends Eggy played and a bunch of really good bands played. And that was one of those nights where you just I think it was at the Toad or something, and you're just at the pub and all your friends are there, and every band rules. And maybe not like a significant life moment, but like one of those kind of shows where it's just like, all right, like this rules.
The Spoil Sport record festival shows at the Thornbury Bowls Club when Hot Tub's Time Machine did Pass the Parcel. That's probably one of the better moments of live music attendance that I could think of, community based.
When I was 17, I also snuck into the Hi-Fi bar to see the Vines, who were like my favourite band when I grew up. And I didn't drink, like I wasn't sneaking in to get like wasted. I just like got in there underage, went to the front of the front of the barrier, and just like, I don't know, my 17 best night of my life. So that the Hives and the Vines, I guess, it goes back to.
And then Spoil Sport, Tiny Town Records.
Yeah.